Beautiful. Today is Monday, October the 6th, and we are talking about the Anxiety Shift Limitless Free Live Workshop. And I'm Maria Lupita, and I'm going to be your host today. If you have questions during this workshop, please drop them in the comments. Make sure that you grab a pen and piece of paper so that you don't miss. And the reason is because you're going to get a ton of information today that is going to be life-changing. And I know this because I've seen it happen for many people, not just myself, not just my clients, but this has been around for thousands. This has helped thousands of people around the world. So what's happening today? By the way, I'm Maria Lupita. And what's happening today is that today you're going to get a personalized anxiety deactivation blueprint, a simple step-by-step method tailored to quiet your mind's internal noise. So if you're here, there's a reason for why you were called to this energy today. I know that some of you had trouble, but I did my best to send you a last minute email. So for those of you who make it, great. I will be cognizant of anybody that is coming in. Pash, if you see people coming in, would you mind admitting them into the room, please? Thank you. And then you will, like I said, you will need a pen and paper to create your shift blueprint. This workshop is going to be 2.5 hours. We might go into the 3 hour depending on questions, but I have a plan for 2.5 hours, but it is scheduled for 3 hours. We will take a bathroom break at some point during this time so that you don't it just, we're gonna do that. And then I will open for Q&A a few times during the workshop, but especially at the end. And then please keep yourself muted, which that reminds me, give me 1 second, because when this stuff happens, so I'm gonna mute everybody because I'm like, that squirrel, when I hear a squirrel and I get distracted. So I rather do proper preparation prevents poor presentations, which is one of the things that I teach, the 6P. So we're gonna keep everybody muted until we don't need to be muted. And then do me a massive big favor, because this is all about energy, right? This is all about energy, and you being on camera makes a big difference on how I present to you, but how you're receiving the information. And I know that some of you did tell me that you're gonna be driving, or that you're still at work and that you're still with a client and you're listening in. So I know some of you already told me in advance that you're not going to be able to be on camera, but those of you who can, you're going to get the most out of this workshop if you are on camera. And plus, it means the world to me, because that means I'm not just talking to nothing in there, and it makes a difference as to the presentation. Turn off all distractions right now. And again, you're going to hear my phone ding, but that's just to keep me on track, to stay honoring to your time and my time. And then the other thing is that today, what's happening today is that you're going to get your personalized, okay. This is not supposed to be, oh, okay, perfect. So you're going to get your personal anxiety activation, or whatever's standing in your way's blueprint. We're going to do a complete inner peace guide for achieving what's keeping you from your calm and inner peace. I'm also going to show you your fresh start daily practice calendar so that you can go about really implementing what you're going to be learning today. You're going to get all of your questions answered, and you're going to walk away having peace of mind, knowing that you now have an effective, simple way, proven to work tool that is accessible to you 24/7 to reset your emotions or anything that is standing in your way, blocking you from living the life beyond your dreams. And you can do this anytime, anywhere. Now, as this happens, is that right now we're all here connected, but if you get kicked off, just come back. We'll be right here. But if for whatever the reason you see me gone because Apple and Zoom decided to kick me off, Pash and Heather are going to be my super queens, and they're going to keep you here, and I'll be right back. So if it takes me a little while, it's because the internet and technology decided that they were going to put my test to the test, my skills to the test. So something you want to know, one thing that you want to know about me is that I am your faith believer. I want to cheer you on. I want to be there for you, but I'm also cut the nonsense. I'm also your real coach. And I want to help you get what works. So if you hear me giving you that what is going to look to some of you harsh, is not that I'm being harsh, is that I want you to see results. So my big promise today is that we're going to have time to reflect on what's keeping you from where you want to be. We're going to practice this very thing that you're going to be discovering, and some of you are experts at this. And then I'm also going to show you how to anchor it, how it's going to become an unconscious practice. There's going to be unconscious competence, so that you don't even have to think about this. Now, a little bit about the people that I have helped. Pash, who is here, she is a mortgage broker. If anybody knows anything about the real estate industry, especially the mortgage industry, it is right now getting hit time and time again. So Pash came in with crippling anxiety, and she is going to briefly tell you later today about what her experience has been. And then we have Amy Booth, who is a teacher and also a digital marketer. Before she came to us, she was having a lot of trouble just keeping track and not letting the noise of social media. If any of you are digital creators, the noise of social media will eat you alive. So she actually thinks that it's life changing by being in the community and practicing Ho'oponopono. And then we have someone, this affects all areas. So whether you're a musician creator, you're a musician, you're a creator on social media, you're a creator as a business mortgage broker, it doesn't matter what kind of creator, what kind of entrepreneur you are. You have someone like Ensign came to me, and he was having a lot of challenges sleeping. And when he started practicing, within the first time, he fell asleep during the session that he was doing with my recording. And then we look at Susan came in because she wants to be, I don't know how she does everything that she does, but she is a superhuman to anyone in her family that is struggling. So when she came, she was able to find healing and to find peace, because she is really struggling with everything that life has thrown her way. And then my second big promise is that whenever I do things like this, or whenever I share what I do, is that people always say, Maria Lupita, can you help me? So my second promise is that at the end, I will give you the choice to be able to take a look at what I can do to help you really establish what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So you're in the right place. If you've been thinking about removing the blocks, you are thinking, I should be farther ahead, but you're not. You're thinking, oh my gosh, why is everything always coming at me? Well, there's things that you have been programming to yourself to attract negativity, to attract drama, to attract. So everything that is happening because you are actually attracting that. You are in the right place if you are ready to start living life with confidence and pursuing your life and making clear decisions with confidence. You're in the right place if you're just getting started in self-development, in becoming your best self. And you're in the right place if you already worked on yourself, but you feel there's got to be an easier way, there's got to be a better way for me to be limitless. So which one are you? Please drop in the comments if you are more 1, 2, 3. I mean, I don't think you can be 1, 2, and 3, but maybe, but surprise me. So let me know in the comments, which one do you fall into? I know when I first came into this space, I really didn't know that I could live a life without the trauma that I lived because of the abuse that I went through as a child. And many therapists and counselors and everybody said that this was just going to be my way of life. And thankfully, they were mistaken. So this method solves the problems that so many creators and entrepreneurs are facing. No emotional stability, which I call emotional drunkenness. A lot of people are walking around emotionally drunk without even realizing, and they're trying to have civil conversations when 7. See, the technology has a mind of its own. Let's correct this. Come on. 1. So number 1, you have no emotional stability. You fly off the handle. You are self-sabotaging. You are in constant anxiety and stress, and anything sets you off. Number 2, you're looking okay in the surface, but deep inside, you know that you're not living and with the confidence and peace that you deserve to have. Or number three, you're sick and tired of just coping and the heaviness of always not knowing what's going to happen next because things are just uh, so all over the place. Number four, you want to help more people as an entrepreneur, as a creator, but your anxiety and stress always get in the way. You don't want to just keep living, going to therapy or going to the next expensive seminar. You actually want to have a better life and live life beyond your dreams. And or number six, you want to feel peace of mind and easily deal with anything that life throws your way. Sometimes people are more than one, so just choose whatever is right for you. Just go ahead and drop it in the comments so I get an idea, a sense of where everyone is at. And then let me ask you this. What would it feel like if you confidently knew that all that life throws at you? I remember when I first met my first mentor, she says, I don't have problems. I have solutions to anything that comes my way. If there is a problem, then I am the solution. So imagine living life on those terms. When I heard that woman speak like that, I wanted to take whatever she was having, and I did. I began my journey on really recovering. And so if you know that you can handle anything that life throws your way and be able to handle it, not just handling, but handling with peace, confidence, and grace, then you are at the right place. The number one thing that significantly decreases the stress as a creator, as an entrepreneur, more than anything else, is to be able to have ease by creating. I have opportunities of growth. Perfect. I see Kevin say number six, and Alexia's number 5 and 6. Let's see who else did I miss? Sick and tired, Heather. Yeah, sick and tired. That's one thing that a lot of people are facing, especially with right now with everything that is going on. It's something that a lot of people are facing. So okay. So when you're a creator, a digital creator, as an entrepreneur, you want to be able to have predictable emotional sobriety. A lot of times people can be set off by just something that something triggered them. And I'm going to give credit to Alexi here because I was at a mastermind with him, and I used to be told that if I got triggered because of things that happened during my childhood, and I'm going to briefly tell you, during my childhood, I was molested by 5 of my uncles from the age of memory to the age of 11 years old. And so needless to say, I grew up with a very tormented childhood, and I didn't have peace in my mind. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know anything. So I grew up with so much anger, so much all these things. And then when I was with Alexi, who is here today, I got triggered and I made the excuse that my therapist, counselors, and everybody that had worked with me up until that moment, they had told me that it was normal for me to constantly, to deal with the triggers. And he says, well, may I suggest that maybe you need to do more work? I was deeply offended. I've never actually had this conversation with him, but I was deeply offended. He's like, I was just like, you have no idea what I've been through. Like, how could you say that? I was molested, da 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 da. And I gave the excuse to justify my triggerness. So I say this to you because there might be things that you're excusing in your behavior because therapists, counselors, or other people have justified it, or your inner child has justified it, and it's not okay. It is not something that you have to live with. It's okay, you can do that, but I am going to encourage you that there's a better way for you to live a life of more peace versus a life of what you have been told that you have to that you have to cope with. So this method is the method that is going to set you free, and this method is very specific because it has been proven to work for hundreds of years, and is evidence-based, meaning that other people, not just the people that I work with, not just myself, but hundreds and thousands of other people have had success with this very specific method. Another thing that significantly decreases the stress is that that there are new ways of how you can deal with everything that life is throwing at us, especially during this day and time. And the whole Ho'oponopono method that I'm going to be sharing with you today is going to be able to give you emotional sobriety, aka you're going to get a daily practice that you're going to be able to let go of anything that is keeping you from living life on your terms, from living life in a place where you feel confident. You wake up without having to deal with that dread. If any of you have dealt with that, then you know what I'm talking about. And then the number one thing that will significantly decrease the stress more than anything else is the reason for why the Ho'oponopono method is my favorite method to deal with life on life's terms, because it's effective and it's transformative. It's the most transformative modality that I have seen or I have experienced. And of course, therapy is awesome. Listen, I've subscribed to it. I've gone through it for years, and I would still be willing to go. But the problem is that you're at the mercy of their schedule and their availability, and you cannot always call them when life is in session. If something just happened at that moment, like for instance, there was a moment that I was dealing with a loved one, and we were used to having this relationship, and she would throw a ball at me, what me and my mentor called it, and I would imagine this fireball coming at me, and I was no longer willing to do that. So I used the skills that I had learned in order for it to not burn myself or burn my loved one. And then retreats and conferences, those are awesome, but they're usually almost always temporary, and they don't give you lasting results. They're fun, and they cost usually thousands of dollars because of flying and all this other stuff, but it's usually not as effective as what I'm going to be teaching you today. And then because the price point of the Ho'oponopono method that I'm going to show you is accessible to anyone who's willing to practice it in the way that it was assigned to practice. And it can help you 24/7, like mind, and you can become the minded digital creator and entrepreneur that you were intended to be, versus always having to fly to the next event, or having to book another session at the availability of your therapist. And again, I'm not knocking therapy. If I needed to go to a therapist, I would go, but I'm just giving you another solution and why the solution is the best solution that I have found. Now, this is something that is going to rock your world. It's going to blow your mind. You're just 11 minutes away from actually getting peace of mind. You're 11 minutes away from your entire life changing altogether. You're just weeks away from having your whole life transform. And you are just months away from actually living an inspired, driven life by just doing what we're going to be doing here today as a collective. And there's energy when you come together as a collective of people going in the same direction, because energy carries a specific frequency, so it can either go negative. Have you ever had a loved one? I'm not going to say who my loved one is, but have any of you had a loved one that you know when they're mad, like without saying a word, saying a thing? And it's just the look that they give you or the energy. They haven't said anything, but you know you're in deep trouble, right? So Ho'oponopono gives you the freedom to be able to not take those fireballs that are being thrown at you, and not throw them back and burn them back, because that's always the condition that we end up doing. So at this moment, I'm going to ask Pash. Are you able to unmute yourself, Pash?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Would you mind briefly telling us why you are a fan of Ho'oponopono and the Anxiety Club that we're going to be discussing today?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Hi, everybody. My name is Pash Amini. I live in Austin, Texas. And yeah, I mean, doing what I do, being in the mortgage business, and also just my family. So many things have gone on. I've known Maria since 1992. So we go back, and she told me about the Ho'opono in 2020 in the midst of COVID. And as soon as she told me about it, it just resonated with me. And I started practicing it It's immediately. I mean, at its core, it's so simple that you can just start immediately. And I found that it gave me so much peace of mind. It gave me a break from the anxiety. And over the years, it has helped me transform my relationship with my family, my brother, my sister-in-law, my husband. You know, sometimes we'll be having an argument and I'll just start doing it. I'll silently to myself, I'll just start doing the Ho'oponopono and everything changes. The argument shifts, it stops being so angry and nasty, and we start laughing. It just changes the tone. I've never seen anything like it. And I hope it's something that all of you find that you can join, because the more of us doing it together for each other and with each other, the stronger it gets. I've seen it happen. I've seen the miracles. That's it.
Thank you, Passion. That's one of the things that I was just making a post today on social, and I was posting that when I was focused on doing this work, I used to watch miracles happen right before my I had front row seat to watching miracles happen right before my eyes. And there's been times that I tell Pash, I'll be texting Pash and I'm like, did you just see what just happened in your life? Did you? And it's just like it's amazing to see the things that happen when you don't when you're not looking at where you came from, when you're not cognizant. And I'm gonna be telling you another story from someone else that when I reached out to her, I said, hey, have you seen any differences? And she actually said no, but I will tell you what happened to her, a little bit later. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you is not just life changing. Oh man, speak about. God has a funny sense of humor. Um, so this is not just life changing, this is life saving. And the reason for it is because this picture is when my mom came to visit me in Germany. I was the only way that I knew to live in my own skin, in my own mind, was by quote unquote unaliving myself. And I apologize because my mom is here. She just entered the room. And I'm sharing this with you is because no parent should ever have to deal with their child, whether it's a young child or an old adult like I was, with the things that I was going through. And it's not just get happy, right? I needed to learn the tools and the skills and everything that set me from what I experienced during my childhood, but I didn't know that there was a way out. And thankfully for me, I was created by my mom and my grandmother to be a woman, to be someone that anything is possible. When I was born and my grandma was told, because I was born at 6 months, I weighed less than a pound, and they were guaranteed that I was going to pass away, that this basically fetus was never going to make it, and obviously they were mistaken. So since the beginning of my life, I've always been someone that has defied all the odds. So I'm sharing this with you is because I've tested everything out there. And out of all the years, I'm 53 now, out of all the things that I've tested to get past those triggering things, this is the one thing that has a solid place for anything that God throws your way, or that life throws your way, not God, life. And then these two gentlemen are the gentlemen that I learned this modality, this transformational modality. Dr. Joe Vitale is the one who brought Dr. Hugh Land, who made it famous throughout the world. And it's because of them that you are able to hear about this from me. Because if it wasn't from learning it from YouTube, I would never have learned this magical transformative power of Ho'oponopono. And a lot of people say, how do you pronounce it? It's Ho'oponopono. So I know it's complicated, but what you want to focus on is the results that you're gonna get. So this is where you want to really anchor your mind into what's possible with Ho'oponopono. This is the mind shift that you need to have. Dr. Hugh Lane became famous because he never spoke to the patients that he was assigned to. He didn't need to. He was sent to a ward for criminally insane and simply looked at their files and repeatedly said, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And as he changed the energy as to how he looked at them, the patients began to change as well. Because when something changes, if you know about the butterfly effect, it's the same thing with humans. So when he changed that, they begin to have transformative changes in terms of peace. Peace was replaced with chaos, and in due time, the mental war was actually dissolved because it was no longer needed. So if this method can actually do that for criminally insane prisoners, imagine what it can do for your life that is just normal life, right? No, I mean, if it can help someone like me, I remember my students used to say, well, if you can get through that, then I can get through, through this. I work with people that were always told that they were always going to be addicts, that they were always going to be losers, that they were never going to amount to anything. And a lot of people have truly lived beyond their dreams and beyond their expectations. So are you ready to have the peace of mind and living life beyond your dreams, but just simply creating a practice that is going to give you everything that you've always wanted to have, but you didn't know that it was possible or existent? So if you stay with me until the end, I'm going to teach you how to remove these blocks and how to let go of the anxiety and the stress or anything that is holding you back from becoming the person that you were intended to be. Come on. Okay. So I need you to grab your piece of paper and pen, and I need you to take a moment. Thank you, Kevin. I like men that are prepared, that show up prepared. Okay, so I need you to take a pen and piece of paper, and I need you to take a moment. We're gonna take two breaths in fast, and then one breath out. So let's do it again. So what I want you to think of is one thing that is really weighing on your soul, that is really weighing in your life. Just one thing. I know that you want to solve everything right now, but that's not realistic. If you want to go to a destination, like for instance, I want to go to Fiji, but I can't say I want to go to the world because there's no plane that is going to take me to the world. I need to set a destination so that when I get to the ticket counter, I know where I'm going. So what is it that you want to work on today to get released? Now, some of you might have a relationship that is really impacting your business. Some of you might have a health issue. Some of you may have weight. Some of you that needs to be released. Some of you may have a loved one that is really suffering. Some of you may have relatives that are having issues and conflict. Whatever it is, pick one thing that is consuming your thought life more than anything else. So drop it in the comments when you have. Just give me a yes in the comments or a Y in the comments when you have the one thing that you want to let go. And I know some of you are driving, so don't type and drive and don't write and drive, right? So money, okay, perfect. How about to grow your business? So grow your business is like saying, I want to go travel the world. You want to have one specific thing. Self-sabotage. Okay, yes, that's a great one. A self-sabotage, finances. So let's be more specific about finances. More money. Okay, so more money. More money. If I give you a penny, now you have more money. So you have to be very specific. If I give you $1, now you have more money. More money is not specific enough. Remember, you're wanting to land at your specific destination. I'm not very good with directions, and thank God for GPSs. So I need to tell my GPS the exact location. If I just say, I just want to go over to the beach. Well, I live in Laguna Beach. I have to still tell the destination of Laguna once I get to Laguna. So you have to pick a very peace of mind. That is perfect. That is perfect. 5 million in the bank by the end of 2026. Okay, perfect. Now, Pash, is that specifically what you want to work on today? Okay, okay. Because you also want to make a realistic goal, right? If right now I am let's say 200 pounds. I don't want to say I want to be 114 pounds by the end of the year. It's possible, but unlikely and realistic that I would be able to lose that much weight unless I was really not doing it correctly. Now, anything is possible, but I just want you to still be realistic with what you're asking for, because this is what we're going to be working on today. Today we're going to be working on this, so I want you to seriously reflect on what is the one thing that you want to release today, that you want to let go today. So focus more on something that is weighing you down right now, and not where you want to go, but what you want to let go of. Make sense? So I know that you want to have more money. So what is the thing that is keeping you from making more money? What is the thing that is holding you hostage? So does everybody have grow an income of $10,000 a month by the end of the year? Okay. So what is keeping you from growing an income to $10,000 a month by the end of the year, Carlos? So whatever it is that is keeping you, so because we have to release the weight, we have to release the baggage that is keeping you from going there, right? We have to really focus on reflecting on what it is that is keeping you from getting to where you want to be. And then the first step on reflecting on what's holding you back is what is the easiest way to let go so that we can plan on your final destination. And then once we know what's holding you back, then we're going to focus on that one people, place, or thing that is holding you back. I like to remove the noise to release this signal. Okay. I like to run. Okay, perfect. That's a great one, John. What's causing the most anxiety, stress, or just being blocked? The sense of that something is not, you know in yourself that when something is not working. So just make sure that you have one thing. So don't think of health and spouse, child and getting beach body. Don't think of more than one thing. It's got to be one people, place, or thing so that we can actually work on that. Now, are there any questions on what on what we just did? My family interactions and negative. Oh, okay. So choose one: negativity or family interactions. Right? There it's got to be one or the other, not both, because this is a one thing. This is a one thing situation, and that's where we're gonna be able to get procrastination. John, that's a beautiful one. Procrastination. So any questions before we move on? Give me a no. Okay, I'm gonna assume that everybody negativity in the family. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. I love it. No questions. I love full answers. Perfect. You are such good students. Okay. Creating your anxiety shift in tension or anything that is keeping you from being your best. Release 135 pounds ex-spouse. I've heard that one. A friend of mine lost 200 pounds overnight. In closing on the divorce, along with the hurt feelings of the reason why I left. Okay, so we're talking about 3 to 4 different things in that sentence. So out of that, you have to choose one, the most heavy one, right? The one that is the heaviest one. And we're gonna be talking about that, because if you have too many things, you're not gonna end up in any one destination today. So make sure that you're very honed in on the one people, place, or thing that is holding you back. Your shift to let go and holding anything back. Stop complaining so much. Ooh, I love that one. That is a good one. That is a super, super good one. So a shift intention is not, but I've been telling you, it's not a free-for-all problem solver, right? You're not going to become a perfect person by trying to fix everything. Without having the clarity of one target, you're going to hit nothing today. So if you want results today, you're going to have one thing that you want to hit today. Otherwise, this is going to be a waste of your time. So we're not releasing everything. We're not going to become millionaires right now, right? We're not going to have our beach body at the end of the session. You have to be realistic within the realms of this world, of this lifetime. So make sure that you have that intention. So what Ho'oponopono is that it's something in your inner child is nudging at you and is saying, I need to let go of this. It's helping your inner child have one thing that you can promise to have a result because you're focusing on one thing. Is the it's something that you really put time and effort to say, okay, this is the one thing that God in my inner child and my subconscious I see coming over and over again. For me, it was the abuse that I had as a child. And I didn't know that I was free to release the triggers that kept coming up for me. I didn't know that I was free to let go of that. I thought that it was right for me. It was my right, right? I had earned that space to be able to feel that way, to feel triggered and to cry and to do all of that. And I'm free that I don't need to carry that. Now, here are some examples. As we set into the thing that we want to let go, and now we want to set the thing that we want to bring in. So we're going to go from here to here, right? So when we go from letting go of the triggering from my childhood, I want to go to, so an example would be to manifest the man God has for you. Get financially stable by getting consistent monthly deals, right? If those of you who are in the client space, um, or maybe you want to get healthy and you want to lose 40 pounds with keto by the end of the year, right? That is what the end result that you want to have. So you want to really methodically figure out what it is that you want to transform so that the inner child in you can help you do that and can help go beyond your dreams. And I'm going to tell you, I know that it sounds very cliche to say living life beyond your dreams, but my life as a child, the most that I amounted to become, I was going to a private school in Mexico to become a quote unquote secretary. I can't imagine that life in Mexico. That was what I was striving to become. My mom now is a PhD professor, retired professor. Life beyond our dreams. I thought I used to close my eyes and all I could see was darkness if I closed my eyes. And I was so afraid of sleep because of all the things that I went through. And I can tell you that I live life beyond my dreams. I get to live just 11 minutes away from the beach, like toes on water, at the most prestigious beach in the whole world. So life is possible. Life beyond your dreams is a real reality. So now we're going to also show you the practice about how you use Ho'oponopono and how do we go about really releasing this. But you have to be ready with your one thing, people, place, or thing. You cannot have a people, place, and thing. It's or is significant in this space, right? If you have three things and you're gonna hit nothing. I promise you, you have to listen to this because if you don't do this, you're going to miss the whole reason for why you're sitting with me during this workshop. And then we're going to talk about the 4 phrases, that are the revolutionary thing that you're going to go in, redirect your thoughts. When your thoughts want to go to what you've trained yourself to complain, to procrastinate, to trigger, you're going to go and you're going to anchor these phrases so that it becomes an unconscious competence that you do it without even thinking, Kevin. So one thing, let go of the feelings against my ex, therefore getting back to usual happiness, work on anything else later. Yes, that is a perfect situation. A perfect thing is to let go of any resentments towards your spouse, towards your ex, right? Because it takes two to make a marriage and you're part of the two. Right? So regardless, I'm so grateful for my former spouse, my second one, because I get to know that I had a really, really bad way of choosing partners. And I'm grateful to say that because I had such a bad way of choosing partners, I'm now choosing to be single because I don't want to be with someone unless they meet all the things that I deserve to have, because I've learned to be so. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I don't hold anything against him. because he was doing the best that he could. I was the one who made a big mistake on marrying someone that we had nothing in common and we had no business being married. Okay, let's keep moving. And then drop any questions if you have any questions. So the intention is, these are the fundamental steps that you need to get the promised result that we're talking about. If you don't break it down into the one thing, you're not going to get anything out of this workshop, and you're going to walk away like, well, Maria Lupita sent me an email that we were going to do all these things and it didn't happen. Well, no, 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 no. I have proof that this thing works. So you're going to have to do the work if you want this to work. This is the coach part of me coming out, right? So if you want to be done with anxiety, stress, or whatever is blocking you, you want to have the one thing, people, place, or thing in order to get the results that you want. So what result do you want? You want to have at church we used to say EGR, get EGR, 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 extended grace required. Right? When we would have a very challenging guest at church, because I was part of the greeters people, then we would say EGR, 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 right? So extended grace required to your spouse, right? To your former wife, your former person. You want to send them with love because you were the one who chose them. They just were themselves. They were existing as the best person that they knew how to exist. So make sure that you think about the thing that you want to let go of. And we're going to be practicing exactly what we're talking about. So who's ready for this practice to get ready to release? Give me a 1 in the comments if you are ready to let go of this amazing transformational journey that we are about to embark. Heather says 1, Alexis says 1. Anybody else is ready? If not everybody's ready, no. Oh, I love it, Kevin. Pash, I love it. 11. Let's go. Anyone else? Anyone else? Perfect. Carlos is ready. Okay. And then remember, if you are driving, or if you are with someone that you are not supposed to be watching this, do not close your eyes in the middle of your client meeting, because I know that some of you said that you're going to be sitting with a client. So, okay, so everybody's ready? Give me yes. Okay, I think everyone is ready. So I'm going to shift for a moment and let's get this baby started. This is going to be, I've curated, thank God for, I don't know if any of you use whatchamacallit, ChatGPT or AI. I know we have an AI expert here, so I know she lives, reads, sleeps, and eats everything AI. Miss Heather, if you ever want an expert in AI, Heather is your girl for AI. I'm learning just by being in her presence. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to go through the Ho'oponopono practice, the 11-minute session. Now, this one may take me longer just because of the process that I'm doing it with you. So you're going to get the recording for you attending today because of all the technicality, the tech issues, but you're going to get this. This is what's going to set you free when you do this. And this is why I said you're only 11 minutes away from totally transforming your life. And there's a lot of research for you, for all of you who got my email. If you didn't get my email, then know that there was an email that I sent. I'm finishing university degree. Wow. Oh, that's right. Carlos is too. Yeah, Carlos is too. So what I'm going to share with you, has been proven to work for hundreds of years. It was based on an ancient Hawaiian method. So it's not me using it. It's not just Pash using it. It's not just Heather using it. It's hundreds of years and it's proven by evidence. So let's go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes unless you're driving. If you're driving, don't close your eyes, please. Okay. So everybody close your eyes. There you go. I love Alexis, like a pro at this sort of thing. Look at him smiling already. I love Alexi. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Okay, awesome. And obviously, I'm not going to close my eyes because I'm leading you guys. So if you open your eyes, you're like, well, she's not closing your eyes. Don't get yourself triggered, right? Don't get yourself triggered. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. This is all about you. I'm just guiding you through the process. There you go, Patch. There you go. Okay, so let's begin the process. And I'm also going to set okay. Let's begin this 11-minute guided Ho'oponopono practice. This transformational healing power of the Ho'oponopono practice method includes the inner child work and the 4 statements. Ho'oponopono expedite daily frequency shift. This is the one of the most effective modalities to help you release all that is blocking you from living your best life. This allows you to live a life of divine inspiration. Do this for the next 90 days every day and watch miracles right before your eyes happen in front of you. What I'm sharing with you is an evidence-based proven modality known as Ho'oponopono, based on the ancient Hawaiian method, and is based on 4 simple sentences. When you say them, things begin to shift. Whoa. Things begin to shift. These 4 simple phrases allows us to reset within ourselves. Also allows us to reset relationships. Think of this modality of Ho'oponopono as the way for us to change our personal energy and to let go of people, places, and things that no longer serve us. Then when we do this consistently, we release all that is weighing us down and blocking us. We also let go of the blame, the anger, the shame, the fear, the anxiety, and whatever is blocking us. Everything just melts away. And we get a new perspective. But just about letting go of the perspective that someone did something wrong to us is not enough. Because with Ho'oponopono, we are allowed to take the power back and heal ourselves. But you must first set the powerful intention before we begin. So now is the time that you're going to go ahead and anchor in the one thing, the one person, the one place that you chose before we got started today during our exercise. And it's very important that you hear me on this. Emotions might come up, tears might come up, especially for the men here. You men oftentimes have not, maybe Alexi is the sure exception, but most men have not dealt with anything to this caliber. You've not paid attention to your inner child. So let anything that comes up come up. Don't judge yourself. Be gentle to your inner child. This is a gift of releasing what's blocking you and setting it as a blessing, not something to be embarrassed about. Focus on the one intention that you want to release and where you want to go as your final destination. As we move as a collective with this frequency shift, I will be now guiding you through the dialogue with your inner child. So let's begin. Relax and take a deep breath. 2 breaths in, 1 breath out. And the dialogue begins. I'm acknowledging you as a presence in me, my inner child. I'm so happy and grateful now that I know you are part of me. I love you. I am sorry for all the hurts and pains you have kept as memories as a child. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for all the accumulated memories you have experienced as sorrow, grieving, and pain. I acknowledge my responsibility for all the was you have created, accepted, and accumulated. I want you to let it go. I want all of it undone. Please allow me to touch your left hand right now. And please give me your left hand. Please allow me to grasp it gently and stroke it softly with love and concern. As I hold your left hand, please know I'm sorry. Please forgive me. for all the accumulated woes you have stored. You are the one of the most important relationships I have. I want to teach you how to do this cleaning so that you automatically do it for us. I know I have not been acknowledging you or caring for you consistently. As I hold your left hand, please know that I love you. Thank you for being part of me. I'm sorry if I have been neglectful. I'm sorry if I haven't taken good care of you. I'm sorry for manipulating you. I'm sorry. And please, now let's take a moment to take inventory. Where memories are just replaying as problems, if you don't mind, please let them go right now. I'm going to pause silently for a few seconds so that you bring up as my inner child what it is that we need to let go. I see you're experiencing this memory. Please let go of the memories that are replaying right now. I don't know what the memories are, and I don't need to know, and I don't want to know. But you know. Let us offer this to the divinity, and let us ask divinity to set this memory free. Thank you for allowing me to continue to gently hold your hand. Now, please give me your right hand. And as I hold your right hand gently and I softly hold it, you are where all the problems are stored. Please let go of those memories. I will pause again silently for a few seconds so that you can tell me what we need to clean and let go. Now, please allow me to touch your shoulders. And don't imagine touching your shoulders. Actually, touch your shoulders right now. This is where you've been carrying all your burdens, responsibilities, and all memories. So allow me to gently hold your shoulders, physically hold your shoulders. Don't be afraid. Just hold your shoulders right now. It makes a big difference when you hold your shoulders. So I want to tell you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. I want you to tell me what it is that we need to clean and let go. So now I want you to please allow me to give you a gentle hug. So go ahead and literally give yourself a hug right now. Your inner child is waiting for that hug. Not a bear hug that frightens you. Please allow me to just hug you gently and allow me to hold you in my arms. Thank you for being part of me. I love you. I'm sorry for all the accumulated memories you have experienced as pain, suffering, and whatever is blocking you. Please forgive me. Please now allow me to touch your heart and go ahead and put your hand over your heart. You feel that beat? Whatever is coming up right now, the memories, the feelings, the worries, I'm going to pause for 3 seconds so that you can listen to your inner child as you hold on to her heart and hear what your inner child is saying that you need to let go. Please offer them to divinity, release them, let them go fully. So you can tell me that it is this thing, this person or this place that has been blocking us. Now we're going to do the 4 by 2 by 1 by 7 method, which includes the 4 phrases. And we're going to repeat this 7 times. So now you can put your hand down and just put them in your lap, gently relaxed. We're going to take 2 breaths in and 1 breath out. And then we will say the phrase after each exhale. So let us begin. Take 2 deep breaths. Take 2 quick breaths in. 1 breath out. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. And that's the end of the practice, so you can open your eyes. Thank you so much. So, what's the problem? It's the memory of replaying over and over again. Just remember, anything that is holding you back is just memories. It's just a memory that you may not even be aware of. And all that is not serving you, it just needs to be cleaning. It needs to be cleansed because it's just junk, just memories. And it's your choice. Now that you know that this exists, you have a choice to appeal to divinity, who has the ability to take the memory and transform it, to purify it, to release it, and turn it into nothing. And then divinity will replace that nothing into full inspiration. Thank you very much. And remember to do this for the next 90 days and watch miracles happen right before your eyes. You're going to have front row seat to have miracles happen for you and others around you, because when you transform, just like with Dr. Hugh Len, everything else around you transforms as well. So drop in the comments what is one word that would say what this experience was for you. First, let's do this one thing. Tell me if this was your first time ever doing this. I know for some of you, you are experts at this. You've been doing it with me for a while. If this is your first time, I love it. First time. Mel, first time. Anybody else? Drop a 1 if this was your first time ever doing this. First time, okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And then for those of you who are experts, who have been doing this, who have even had your moment with an expert from Hawaii, which I know there some of you have had that with Kanoa. Tell me one word that would describe the experience that we just went through right now. And by the way, that was just 12 minutes. And I had to skip some things because there were people coming in. So it is right at 11 minutes to change your life. Peaceful. I've done this last year and I've been growing every day. I love it. Enlightening. Okay. How was it for what's one word that would describe your experience, Bash? Enlightening, relaxing. I love it. I love it. Relaxing. I'm still curious as to what it was for Pash because I know Pash has been practicing this. Peaceful here too. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving along. And now you know. Once you know, and you have a choice now to let go of what's holding you back or to keep holding on to that memory that is just repeating itself, making you think that is something when it's just a memory. So, what questions do you have that have come up for you at this moment? Go ahead and drop them in the comments. I yawn. Yes, that's actually very common, Pash. When you're releasing all that energy, when you're releasing all those memories, when you're letting go, you're going to have this deep sense of being relaxed and it will cause you to yawn, like massive yawns. That's actually very normal. Uh, Mine is that it's exactly very powerful with the breathing. Yes, the and actually it's actually being studied. I used to do a different modality for the four phrases, but I learned from another scientist that when you do two breaths in and one breath out, it actually works with your brain and your physical body. So that's why I have shifted that and added that into the modality. That is not something that I used to implement before. So are there any questions? Drop a 2 in the comments if you have no questions. George, I don't actually work with chakras. This is straight up just memories and Ho'oponopono. So chakras deal with a different modality that I have no expertise to talk about. But I can tell you that this will release any block, period. So it doesn't matter whether you want to call it chakras, whether you want to call it negative thinking, whatever it is, it's a memory. What are all the four phrases? I have 3. Oh, I love it, Kevin. Okay, perfect. Number 1, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Because imagine if you just said some of the most horrific thing to your loved one, right? You went to your spouse and you said, "You blankety blank," and you've realized that you screwed up. You're like, "Oh, I love you." The "I love you," in my opinion, is not going to be received. There's a lot of different ways of saying the four phrases. In my opinion, this is the best way because you first have to clean the slate. First have to apologize, own it, take 100% responsibility. Then you have to ask for forgiveness because the person cannot even hear you if you don't clean the slate, including yourself, your inner child. And you got to come with gratitude before you say, "I love you," because it's your getaway card. The getaway card is not going to work unless you actually clear the deck. I'm looking at time to make sure that so no questions other than okay. So if there's questions, please drop them in the comments. When is the best time to do this practice? Okay, that's another great question. In my experience and in the atomic habits and anything that I've learned about really anchoring what you're learning is to do it first thing when you wake up or last thing before you go to bed at the exact same time every single day. So you have to choose morning or evening, whatever works for you. And I've learned this from Heather. Your bed is for sleeping or doing other stuff, but not for meditating. If you know what I mean. Not for meditating or doing Ho'oponopono or doing anything that is going to require you to be awake. You can be relaxed, but if you're in your bed is only for 2 things. One of them is sleeping. We're all adults here. Sleep is too easy. Yes. Morning before I put my feet on the floor. So you don't want to do it on your bed. That's what I'm getting at. If you do it on your bed, this, because your inner child wants to fight you to keep holding on to the memories, it'll make you fall asleep again, believe it or not. Right? So you don't want, that's what I'm telling you. I learned this from Heather. Heather said, Maria, your bed is for sleeping. And I added, and something else, for those of you who have partners or whatever, right? Let's not get into it. So the best way to do it is the first thing in the morning or last at night. Now we're going to go into the practice of the 4 phrases before we go into the unconscious competence. The way we go about creating these 4 phrases is that I'm going to teach you what I've learned myself, that when I think, oh my gosh, I totally didn't plan this. What the heck is wrong with me? I didn't plan it. I know better than to, which happened today, right? Everything that I was planning for you guys, all of a sudden my time went and I was out of time. So I could have beat myself up, or I could be say, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So whenever you go into that pattern of thinking, then we replace that throughout the day. This is in addition to your daily practice. If you really want to reshift the way your mind is worked with the memories that have been telling you that you procrastinate, the memories that you have been telling the lies about your ex-spouse, because Kevin opened up about his ex-spouse, right? The memories that I had that Alexi threw me what not threw me under, no, it's not threw me under the bus, like called me out, right? He gently called me out. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, I had to come in, and because we were in a group, in a mastermind, and we needed to be real, and he called me out, and I was just like, you just don't know. And then my inner child went to fight him immediately, right? Immediately. And the reality is that I had to come home and had to really work through it. So as I was sitting there with him, I was like, I'm sorry, please screen me. Thank you. I love you. I don't know why this is coming up. And I wasn't cleaning at that moment, but I was replacing whatever my inner child was saying that I was going to react to. And instead I was replacing it with something that is going to be transformational. Does everybody understand that? Give me a yes in the comments. Alexis grinning because he remembers that moment probably, or maybe not. But okay, perfect. Uh I'm totally awake when I do this. I'm single. Yes, George, but I promise you, you will do much better if you follow the prescription of how this works. I know we all have ways that we think that we want to do it, but I promise you, if you do it the way that I'm recommending, it'll be much more effective for you. We're all here for a reason, right? So whenever this is how you anchor procrastination, anxiety, negative thinking, like today, I'm getting ready to turn on my Zoom. And guess what? Zoom decides to crash. Not once, not twice, but over. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. And I literally put the energy into my computer. And I said, I'm doing my best. And God knows I'm doing my best. Right? I know grounding myself, bare feet is Mother Nature, works great. Yes, that also works great. Oh, and something else that I gotta tell you. You still have to use your brains, right? God gave you brains. You have to use them. You have to use the brain that how many brains do we have? We have one brain. Yeah. You have to use your brain. Like you cannot expect things to happen when you're practicing once a month, once a week, and you're not really dedicating the time. Like you're wanting to have very good breath, very fresh breath, but you're stinking at brushing your teeth. You're going to have stinky breath, right? So you're going to have a stinky life if you don't do this practice on a regular, consistent basis. It makes a big, big difference. So, how do we go? Any questions, by the way? Are there any questions that I have missed? And by the way, in terms of grounding and all the other things that are out there, one thing that I have learned is that I used to ground myself. I used to go to the beach, ground myself. I used to go to retreats, go to silent retreats. And I promise you one thing, that making a daily practice commitment of this will have the most beyond your imagination results that you could ever even dream of. This will blow your mind if you just follow this practice on a daily consistent basis. So how do we go into practicing this into unconscious competence, right? You're going to do this and you're not even know that you're going to be doing it. It's because you're going to start practicing, practicing and practicing. And when you do it first thing in the morning or the last thing at night, your memory is going to shift from fighting yourself on doing this practice to actually it's second nature that you do this. So I'm going to tell you something that is going to be proud, maybe gross for some of you. Can I have your permission? Give me a thumbs up if I have your permission to tell you something gross. Okay. So I'm a geek when it comes to learning and doing things better. Pash has known me for many years, and she probably has, she was like, here she goes again. So I learned that you're supposed to close the toilet seat. I've always left it open because I didn't want to have the income. I'm all about not being inconvenient and not wasting even seconds. But then I learned that the toilets have a seat for a reason. And when you leave it open, it does stuff that you don't want to have in the air. And I didn't know that. So the more that I dug into this, what happened if I can't commit to one specific time of day? My schedule is totally unpredictable. That's a great question, Carlos. So you have to commit to one area of your time. So like, let's say you do it right before you go to sleep. You do it right when you wake up. Those are times that even if you go to sleep today at 5 a.m., do it right before you go to sleep. If you go to sleep tomorrow at 7 p.m. because you're exhausted from waking up, from staying up until 5, right? Then you do it right before you go to sleep. So if it's not a time, then do it at a moment in your life practice. Everybody has to sleep unless you're being tortured, right? And if you're being tortured, then we need to have a different conversation. But you need to do it either upon awakening or upon going to sleep, before going to sleep, not in your bed. But you can choose, look, it's your practice. You can choose to do it however you want. I'm just telling you the best way to do it. I know ground, I do it, okay. I do it in the Rio brush and the Mother Nature. Perfect. Okay. So for the longest, I mean, I'm 53. I've been dealing with on like the toilet seat undone, right? On up open since ever. Because nobody ever gave me the memo. Like my Asian friends, they were like adamant, and I thought it was just an Asian thing, but I didn't know the actual reason. And then once I learned it, I could not know it. So I would literally have to go, and then I would literally have to go, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. It's a new practice. So I would go back and close it and close it. And then at night, if I got up at night, then I would forget, and I'd be like, I'm not, it's a new thing. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you. I'm doing this. Maria Lupita, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. You did it. And I literally talk myself about that because it was a new practice that I was practicing, right? So you need to literally congratulate yourself, celebrate yourself, because there's an inner child of you that has never been celebrated. Maybe you were an athlete and you had someone else, but as an inner child, there's things that no one has ever taken the time to acknowledge you. So you have to be the one to cheer you on. You have to be the one to be gentle with yourself. Is that making sense? Thank you. Okay. You could also tie it to a space, put the words on a 3x5 and put that on the table by your chair, except yes. Yes, that is very true, but it's also better to just have it physically where it's triggered, right? So it's always when you go to bed, and it's always when upon awakening. So then it doesn't matter whether you're in Fiji or you're in Las Vegas or you are hanging out with Mel in California, right? It doesn't matter. You want to do it at a time where it's triggered to a physical a physical thing that you do no matter what, which is waking up and sleeping if you're not dead. And if you're dead, it doesn't matter. Got it? Okay, so let's keep moving. And remember, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm so proud of myself because I think we're doing okay with time. Okay. Okay. So quick recap. You now have an understanding of the Ho'oponopono practice, right? If you don't have an understanding of what the Ho'oponopono practice is, then please let me know in the comments, question mark. If you don't know what the Ho'oponopono practice is, drop a question mark. That tells me that I've done a really bad job of explaining this, so I have to go back and do and give you a better explanation. You now have a deep understanding of the 4 phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That is the conditioning that you do throughout the day. That's not what is going to erase the memories, to reprogram you, to really get you to get the dream, to live life beyond your dreams, to let go of everything that is blocking you. That's not, the 4 phrases are not going to be the things that do it. Now, is it possible that it could happen? Yes. But what actually is the practice is to actually go in and do the cleaning, and you have to do it daily. Okay. So questions about the 4 phrases? Give me a yes if you're good with the 4 phrases, and give me a yes if you are good with the practice, with the actual practice, the cleaning. Okay, awesome. I love it. John, Alexi says yes. Perfect. I love it. And then now we're talking about the unconscious competence plan of action. And we talked about that, right? What is the fun part of doing all of this if you haven't had a plan on how to anchor it into your life, into your physical being? You program yourself. We program ourselves to speak negatively about ourselves, about our spouses, about our loved ones. We have to now reprogram ourselves to think about what we think about. Do you hear that? You have to think about what you think about and reshift it and replace it with, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. If you have anything, whether it's health, relational, spirituality, it doesn't matter. This is going to help you live life beyond your dreams. Everybody with me? Give me a yes in the comments. So now we're getting to Maria Lupita, can you help me? That's what a lot of people say. How can I do this if I've never done it before? How can I do this? Like Pash, I've been doing it for years. Like Heather, I've been doing it for years, but I need a support system. Straight Habit, Power Stack. Exactly. We have some experts in the room. Power Stack, habit stacking. That's exactly what we're doing right now. That's exactly what I just taught you is power stacking. Is doing something that you're going to stack. Let me get back with all of you. What we're doing is that we're stacking it to something that you're already actively doing. You're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up. So you're stacking that habit, which is called habit stacking. And that's what you want to do rather than depending on an alarm or anything else. You want to do it into a physical being that is part of your human. That way you don't need anything to remind you outside of you. Make sense? And thank you. And see, this is the beauty of when you have great people in the room. So people ask me, Maria Lupita, can you please help me? And that was my second promise to you. I told you that I was going to be sharing with you why you want to be my next success story, why you want to actually learn what Pash and Amy and Susan and Anson have learned. Because doing this by yourself is absolutely possible for you to do it all on your own. But studies have proven that when you do it along with other people, you have a 95% increased success rate. So where do you go now? Do you keep doing it on yourself? Of course you can do it on your own. Of course you can have success with this practice. But this is a special invitation from me to you to not have to, if you're trying to hike somewhere, it's so much funner when you do it with other people than when you're just hiking a big hike. Like when you're trying to hike up, it's so much funner. And I remember going with a group of friends here. It was so much fun because you get to take pictures, you get to exchange stories, you get to have memories. When you're trying to do it all on your own, it's actually harder to do it by yourself. It's actually less likely that you'll stick to a habit because listen, this has been around for hundreds of years. You could do it, but you haven't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I know that. You know that. You might deny it, but that's the truth. I'm just calling it like what it is. So if you're a digital creator, an entrepreneur, and you want to live life beyond your dreams and you want to have a limitless life, this is what my Anxiety Shift Club to be limitless is going to give you. It's going to confidently give you a reset button to live life to live life beyond your dreams with a support and guidance that you need in order for you to be effective. So that you know that you always have a way to handle anything that comes your way. That there's no challenge that that life is going to throw your way that is going to discombobulate you, that is going to throw you off kilter. And then you're going to have a community alongside like-minded people that are doing the same thing with you and are helping you level up, because you can either keep going down on negativity and procrastination, or you can level up and start becoming the person that you were intended to become. And then you're going to be with the world's best survivor that is filled by faith. Now remember, I was guaranteed that I was going to die because I weighed less than a pound. And my mom and my grandmother instilling me that I could do anything. And I believed them ever since because I had proof. And I even tried unaliving myself. I know it's not funny to my mom here, but I tried unaliving. And when I turned 50, I realized that God was going to leave me here. So I needed to make good of it. So one of the things that I want you to know is that you are working with someone who has tried everything to make life harder. But I've been delivering over and over things that people said that was impossible. And I keep doing it for myself and for others that have come alongside, because I used to have a nonprofit, Miracles for Families, where people thought that will never happen for me. And like an example was that this gentleman came and he says, I'm homeless, an addict, and living in a homeless shelter with no teeth. He was given a set of beautiful teeth by a dentist, and now he lives by the beach with his beautiful girlfriend. He thought that he was never going to have a girlfriend. He lives with his beautiful girlfriend in Mexico by the beach. By the beach. He thought he was never going to accomplish that. So I am your most faithful person that you are going to be able to see miracles happen right before your eyes, not because of just praying and praying, but because you have something that you're doing, something that is going to deliver what we are set to deliver for what you're capable of having. And you're going to be able to live life beyond your dreams, because that is what I am showing you that has happened to me and for me. And we're going to do it all in a traditional sense of a mastermind. We have a community, and I'm going to show you this right now. We have a community which is right here. And this is the community, this is the Anxiety Shift community, where you get to be alongside of other entrepreneurs and digital creators. Whoa, what the heck happened? Digital creators who are going alongside with each other and really practicing this with each other, so that you're never having, see, here's Miss Heather. You don't have to do anything on your own. And then inside of the community, I give you digital products so that you can accelerate the process. Like if you want to become a millionaire, you need to have the steps as to how to do that. If you're not already a millionaire, it's a reason. So we need to do some things in order to reset that. If you're dealing with anxiety, we need to have tools, and all of those are inside of that space. Then you're going to have access that if you want to have a one-on-one session, you're going to have access to have one-on-one sessions. But the reality is that I created this space so that you don't have to pay high ticket pricing for one-on-one sessions, because you're going to have everything that you need within the community. You're also going to get practices where you get to practice with things that Dr. Hugh Len left behind, because he's now in heaven. But you're going to get to practice, and you're going to get to follow what has been proven to work, not with just the practices that I've done, but with other people that have done it before me. And then you're going to see replays of things that we have done. Like for instance, I had an expert from Hawaii that Heather introduced me to, Kanoa, and he actually did a full session. So I bring experts into the community that are also going to instill in you how to become a superhuman, how to become the person that you were intended to be. And then we're going to be talking about the calendar in just one moment, not right now. So you're going to be able to live life with ease, enjoyment, and beyond your dreams. And all for less than it would cost you to a dinner out with a friend at your favorite restaurant. So again, this is my invitation to you so that you don't have to climb up the space of peace and human and emotional sobriety by yourself. One of the things that you're going to get is that every single month you're going to get 2 1-hour sessions with me to practice, to reflect, and to get any questions that you need to have answered. And you also get to claim a hot seat so that we can resolve anything that is getting in your way. Because sometimes you think, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm just stuck here. I don't know what it is, but I'm attracting this kind of person. And we're going to be able to work through that so that you're never walking by yourself. You're also going to have quick question and answer mastermind like community inside of school. And the reason I love school is because it allows to get rid of all the noise. You're not having to go into a Facebook group where there's all this noise, all this stuff that you're going to have to deal with. You're actually just in a quiet space where you get daily support and you never have to feel that you're all alone. Then you're going to have the templates where I'm going to help you shift your mind for whatever is coming your way, whether it's relational issues, work issues, health issues, or maybe it's just life is in session. You just got fired, or maybe a client said, I'm supposed to pay you this morning $4,000, but I'm not going to pay you. Not even apologizing. True story, right? Things happen and life is always in session. So we have a space so that you can actually be able to deal with life as life is happening with you. You're also going to be able to have access to Dr. Hewland's practices so that you're not only hearing it from me, so that you know that this has been coming, that this has been being practiced for hundreds of years. And we're going to create a space so that you can let go of anxiety with immediate peace if you choose to. You're also, as I'm proven, that you're going to be able to let go of anything that is said to be triggering you as a guide for you to have that guide to let go of the quote unquote allowable triggers, because you don't have to live with triggers. Like I've now chosen not to do that. And you're going to have a choice to have the stop procrastination blueprint that comes along with everything. So a quick recap, you're going to get each month 2 hours with me. Twice a month, you're going to get 1 hour mastermind hot seat style reflection and Q&A with me. You're also going to get daily question and answer inside of the like-minded, like mastermind community and in school. And then you're going to get access to all my mind shift templates so that you can swipe away anything that is holding you hostage from the person that you're supposed to be, from the creator that you're supposed to be, from the entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur for a reason. Like Mel wants to help a lot of people not have to struggle with sleep like he was struggling with sleep. Every one of you, drop in the comments, what is it that you do as an entrepreneur, as a creator? What's one word or a phrase that you can tell me? What is it that you were called to deliver to the world? And are you really delivering at your highest potential? I can tell you that I'm not. Tech, right? Well, for you, my dear, is actually much deeper than tech. I mean, really delivering AI for everyday people. That is super massive help, helping others. How are you helping others, right? Whatever it is that you're helping others, you have been called upon that. Help people increase the efficiency of their mental processing. Exactly. Teach finances. That's huge, Kevin. A lot of us were never taught how to deal with finances. And then the blueprint for the unconscious competence to creating everything that is going to be in your vault. And then you're also going to get the bonuses. You're also going to get the bonuses. Now, bonus number one is that every single month you're going to get digital products that are going to help you push towards the next level, because we're always leveling up. So every single month you're going to get digital products that are going to help you get better at becoming the human that you were meant to be and dealing with the human condition. And then bonus number two, every month you're going to have mindset support coaching call with me, so that you're going to find things that your inner child wants to keep you hostage with, because that's what you have been programmed yourself to be. So you're going to be able to walk away from that by having a method that helps you do this. So the calendar looks like this. Every single month, you're going to have 2 sessions with me for 1 hour a piece. And then you're going to have times where we're going to do more than just that. And I'm going to have special guests come into the community so that you can get more than just the 2 sessions. But for sure, you're going to get 2 sessions. So again, the quick recap as we discussed. And what is the cost of this? You know that going to therapy is a minimum of $300 a month. And I know that some of you may have insurance and your copay could be zero. But usually when your copay is zero, your therapist is not the best. No, I'm sorry, but I'm just calling it what it is. Whenever I wanted to work with a great therapist, I had to pay out of pocket. And the super bill was not usually something that was given to me. I had to put it into my insurance. So just therapy alone, if you want to actually get real therapy, it's going to be a minimum of 2 sessions a month. 2 sessions a month is usually a minimum of $300. So this is not going to be $297 a month. This is not even going to be $197 a month, not even $99 a month. And actually the price, I apologize. The price is actually $49. I apologize. The price is actually going to be just $49 today. And I'm going to give you a special pricing. So if you want to go ahead and grab your seat, but hold on before you go grab it, because I have a special offer for you today. You just have to go to Access Winning, because you deserve to start winning at the game of life. The game of life is just a game. It truly is. And when you play your cards right, you're going to be able to win. So this is why I tell you, you can access winning, you can access the bonus each month, you can access the mindset that you need to have, and you can access the support that you deserve to have. There's a reason for why you came here today. And the real value that you're going to get from everything that I'm giving you is over $2,000 per month. But you're not going to have to pay any of that. You're going to have to just pay $49, no contracts, you can cancel anytime. But if you decide that you want to take me up on this offer and you want to secure knowing that it's not going to be an overnight fix, that this is going to take time, then I'm going to save even more. If you decide that you want to take care of for the entire year, it's only going to be $449. You save $139. So you get practically over, I think it's over 2 sessions, not 3 sessions. I think you get over 2 sessions free, I think. Kevin, see, this is where I need your math. I think it's 2, but I could be wrong. So plus when you sign up for the bonus, for the 1 year bonus, I mean, when you sign up for the 1 year, the bonus that you get is that you get to have a 30-minute session, no additional cost, one-on-one with me, so that we can really hone in on whatever is holding you back. So now if you want to go to accesswinning.com, you can go grab the one that is more suitable for you, whether you want to pay more and pay $49 a month, or you want to get 2 months free and get the whole month for just $449. Is 3 payments less? Oh, thank you. Thank you. 3 payments less. See, also I have Carlos, who is a math king. He's like my math sanity. He has helped me so much through the years. So again, the quick recap as to what you're going to be getting when you purchase the full year for only $449 is that you're going to get access to the 1 hour mastermind with hot seats, reflection, and Q&A with myself. You're going to get access to the mastermind community live in the school community, getting rid of all the noise. You're also going to get access to my mind shift template to swipe away anything that is blocking you from you living your best life for your personal life and your business life, because your clients that are not that haven't found you deserve to find you. If you just go to the next level, you begin to level up. You're also going to get access to my blueprint to get the unconscious competence creation vault, so that you no longer have to feel that, how do I get all this taken care of? Because you're gonna have me right by your side, so you can begin to practice this. I mean, doing it with Pash. Pash is like the poster child of Ho'oponopono. Like, really, like, seriously, the stuff that I've seen Pash go through and the changes that she's done is beyond amazing. It's like truly watching miracles right before my eyes. And then you're going to have my blueprint so that you can basically really put it all into practice without even thinking about it. It becomes second nature. Then when you decide that you are going to take care of this today, if you sign up today, you're going to get the additional digital products. You're going to get a vault of all the digital products every single month. And then you're also going to get a mindset shift call with me. And no, there's no long-term contracts. If you don't want to be here, we don't want you here as a community. We only want people that are ready to have a shift, that they're ready to do something, but we don't want any dead weight, because if you're dead weight, we don't want you there. We want you gone. So this mastermind kind type of community is going to help you without you having to commit 6 months or 12 months or anything, which is usually when you come to a community like this, is going to require and expect you to go and commit for 6 or 12 months. It's also something that you're definitely going to want to stick around because of the results that you're going to get. And I want you to be able to lock in without having to have any contracts, feeling that you are committing to anything. You're just committing to yourself, and you can leave anytime, because I don't want you unless you want to be here. So there's no hassles. If you want to quit after 30 days, no worries, just leave. You can cancel anytime. And that's my promise. It's simple. And my mom has had to put up with me for so many years with all the things, the trouble that I went through as a child. She's not at fault. I'm not at fault. But unfortunately, both of us had to deal with all the aftermath of the abuse that I went through as a child. And this allows me to show you that there is a way that if I can do this, anyone else can let go of whatever's holding you back. So if all we did was that the Anxiety Shift Club just let you be able to get rid of your anxiety, the dread, or the feeling that something is blocking you, it would be totally worth it. But you know why you're here. You showed up here for a reason. You're incredibly busy. We all are. But you've been feeling stuck, and you're not living to your full potential. You're not even serving your clients at their best. You're supposed to solve a problem, but you're not really solving that problem because you're being held hostage with your own thoughts, with your own self. So if you want the results that you deserve to have, whoa, then you want to have this. If you're tired because you've been emotionally exhausted and you're emotionally drunk, has anybody ever heard the expression of being emotionally drunk? When I first heard that expression, I was just like, oh, AMG, that's exactly what's happening. So emotionally drunk, if you want to let go of just coping with life, then this is the space for you. Come on. Okay. If you want more, if you want better for your life, for your clients, for your relationships, for your health, because sooner or later, I can promise you and guarantee you this one thing. If you don't handle this, if you don't take care of this, your health is going to take a toll. Your health is going to pay the price of you not taking care of this. So whether you do it with me or you go and you try to do it in a harder way, you have to take care of dealing with this, because You deserve to have a day where you're not just surviving, but you're thriving and you're living your full potential and beyond your dreams. So, the obvious change that you want to make is joining the Anxiety Club. And this is your opportunity that I know I'm getting the help and the answers to solve your problems, but you might be thinking, well, what if I don't have the time to learn this right now? Well, you don't have the time to keep living in anxiety, to keep living in stress, to keep living in whatever the reason you showed up today. You don't have the time to do that because you're already wasting. If you got anybody got my email, did anybody get my email and receive the amount of hours that the average human spends per year living with anxiety, stress, or any kind of distress? The amount of hours that the average person spends is over 300 hours. So you don't have the time to not do this. And then, what if this doesn't work for me? We have proven evidence that this works. So the only way that this will not work is if you don't do the work. It's like brushing your teeth. My dentist, my former dentist in law used to say, only floss the teeth that you want to keep. Right? Only floss. So only show up the day that you want to have peace, that you want to have abundance, that you want to have attract the most beautiful people into your life, to be able to serve your clients fully. And then a big question from everybody: what if I'm not religious? What if I don't have a God? It doesn't matter. You got this far. Borrow my faith. Borrow my faith. This is not about being religious. This is about having a higher power, because look, you've been trying to do it on your own. If you don't have a God, borrow my faith. But you've been doing it on your own and it got you to this mess. You might be doing fantastic, but you wouldn't be here if everything was okay. You need a higher power. So you don't have to be religious. You don't have to become Christian or Buddhist or anything. You just have to have something bigger than you. Whether you want to call it the universe, some people like that better, right? So again, the quick recap: you're gonna get twice a month a session with me to have a like mastermind session with me. You're gonna have your daily Q&A questions where all of us are helping each other inside of the community. It's a like mastermind community. You're going to have access to swipe away anything that is blocking you. You're going to get access to the blueprint with the unconscious competence so that you can actually have the creation that God intended you to be. And then you're going to have access to having access to digital products that are going to help you push to that next level. And then you're going to have the mindset call with me. And I want to do a quick thing with Heller. Are you in the room? Are you in a place that you can speak? And by the way, if you are, okay, perfect. You're here. Are you able to speak?
I can, but I only have like 5 more minutes left before I have to go to another
Okay.
meeting.
No, this is for Alisa. Alisa.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry, I
That's
was
okay.
saying Heller.
That's okay.
Heather. It's Heller. So Heather told me today that she had not really gotten anything out of practicing Ho'oponopono and being inside of the community. So I said 4 months. I don't know how long I've known.
It's in the summer. Yeah, it was a lot of months.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I can't
we've
get on
been
like
working together for this other deal that we've been working on, and she was. We had no idea what was blocking her because she's not shy. She's not she works in a professional environment, but she couldn't make videos for her business. She's a digital marketer and she couldn't make videos. She was stuck. Alisa, how many videos have you made today?
I didn't make any today because I just
Well,
got
I
home
don't
from
mean like two.
no, two.
Like,
No, I made 2 so far.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this because this is the woman that for months before she actually started getting inside the community,
Yeah.
she was not able to get the block of doing videos. And now all of a sudden I'm like going through my TikTok and here's Heller. I'm like, what?
I know. And Andrea said something too. She goes, I didn't know you were doing that. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I'm sharing this with all of you because sometimes, like with Pash, I'm like, Pash, did you see this? Did you see this? Right? And or I can make videos either. I went to film school. Yes. So the reality is that there's going to be things that happen for you without you even realizing that they're happening until I start asking you questions like I did with Heller. Right? So this works. So it is
Right.
up to you
Exactly.
whether you, Pash, you want to add something? Pash?
I'm just confused because you're saying Heather. Are you talking about
Oh,
Alyssa?
yeah.
or
Heller.
He-
So
Okay.
Heller likes to confuse everybody.
Oh,
No.
So she has several names that she goes
I
by.
used to-
Her actual name that she normally goes by is
Heller.
Heller.
Yeah.
Heller. But then
But I
sometimes
sometimes use my method. Yeah.
she shows up as
I-
Alisa.
Yeah. I have 2 different personalities. Yeah.
are you a
It's my other
Gemini
person.
too?
Yes.
Leo.
Now I understand the confusion. Yes,
Oh.
it's Heller.
Yeah,
Okay,
and there's
so-
2 different people. I'm schizo. I have 2 different people, 2 different personalities.
So,
Alyssa and
Okay,
Heather.
well, I got it.
So this is a
Yeah.
perfect teachable moment. Did you see how she talked about herself, right? So we always have to be careful how we're talking about
Oh,
ourselves.
but I was joking. Right. I
I
think,
know,
yeah.
but the mind
Right.
doesn't hear a joke. When I
Right.
was a
That's true.
volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters, they put me through training so that I would get rid of my being sarcastic, cool girl
Oh,
that I was,
wow.
right? Because when you are sarcastic, children don't understand sarcasm. They only hear the things that you are saying. In your brain, when you are programming yourself, like I'm like, oh my gosh, Maria, like really closing your toilet because you couldn't do that, then that's like really problematic. So I'm sharing this with you that I hope this allowed you to like really free yourself from anything, and it inspires you to talk nice to yourself, to be kind to yourself even when you think you're being funny, because your brain doesn't understand funny. Your brain understands the words that you're saying to you. So are there any questions that you're having before we close? Because oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. We didn't even have to take a break because we're almost I still have 5 minutes to spare. 5 minutes. this is so awesome. Any questions? No questions. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now I would love to hear back from any of you as to what you got. What is one thing that you got out of the session today? And I'm only going to ask those of you who are on camera, because I don't want to, if somebody's not on camera, then I don't want to put you on the spot that maybe you're not at a place where you can talk. So let me go with Kevin, with John first. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute.
Well, yeah, just the power of the breath, and then forgiving myself, right, and embracing my inner child. I think that was very peaceful. That was very powerful.
Awesome. And was there anything that you got that was unexpected for you, John? Because you're more of an I mean, some of you are experts here, but you're more of an expert.
Yeah, no, just the whole idea of that's very simple routine could be so powerful.
Yes.
So that was, and obviously something that's easy to do, right? So, and I ask, can I do it at night and morning, right? So, so no, very powerful. I got a lot out of this. Thank you.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you for your share. Kevin, let's go with you.
Basically, yeah, it's great. I'm feeling very good about it, and I'm also double-minded right now because I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot I didn't do my paperwork earlier. So
You
I'm-
are all good. You are all good. Now let's go to Heller, also known as AKA Alisa. So hang on one second. Hang on one second.
Because I was just going to write something, because I was going to ask you, I meant the part about the breathing. You said it's not the 7 breaths, it's into
So-
and then out.
Right. So this one is two breath. So this one is actually a specialist. There were some studies that when you do 2 breaths in, 1 breath out, is actually more effective. And that's
Oh.
why I have shifted, and we're going to, and again, as I come across more things, and we can level up even what we already know. I'm always going to be leveling up. That's why the community is such a perfect place, because I'm dedicated to actually leveling up every time that we can level up. So yes, that's what was there
From now on,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. So from now on, instead of doing the 7, when we clean, just the two breaths in and 1 out instead of the 7, 7, 7.
So yes, it's still 7. You're still doing it
Okay.
7 times, but instead of
Right.
doing it the way that we were doing it before, it's 2 breaths in,
2
1
breaths.
breath out, and then each of the sentences.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
Well, was it like, okay.
You're good. You're good.
No, it's very relaxing. It is. I know you were going to ask me that, but yeah, it's very relaxing when you get into that, when you're say all that, the 4 phrases and
I
doing the
love
cleaning.
it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your share. Alexi said, I didn't realize this was your first experience. So please do tell, because Alexi is somewhat of an expert on all of this stuff. So I'm curious to hear what you got out of this.
So, first and foremost, the truth is I came to support a friend and a strategic growth partner to be here, and I did not really expect to get much out of it. That's the truth. And one of the things I took away from this experience, with all the work that I've done around release, this specific time I had the vision or the experience of actually getting to hold myself as a child. I genuinely never had that happen. I've seen myself as a child. I've gone through like similar processes, but for the first time, I literally was able to hold myself as a child, as I would hold my sister's daughter. And I don't know if that's a combination of the two that kind of came in that moment, but being able to do it in such a way was such a different and unique way. And as you talk about, life always happens to test you. As we're going through this process and we're going into the 4 statements, my phone is blowing up and I'm like, I'm choosing to choose myself, right? Because I think that was one of the things that how I self-sabotage through service. It's like, well, somebody needs something and it's important. And then eventually when I get to me, there's never time. Or all of a sudden I get, or I give myself what's left, not from the top. So I really appreciate receiving that as gift in this moment. And if you're okay with this, I think I want to do something crazy and maybe even stupid. For those that choose to come into this community, I will give them my special private training around unlocking their potential. This is literally the 3 biggest lessons that I've learned over 20 years in life, business, personal development, business development. This is what I literally start my high-end clients with. I'm like, this is where we start, and then we'll go forward. And those that choose to not just commit to this community, but they choose to commit to themselves for the year, what I will go beyond that, I will also give this community an hour of my time, meaning those that commit for the year. When you go through the training that I will provide to Maria and she'll provide to the community, I will literally do one-on-one consulting, mastermind style, where we'll come in and you'll ask any questions. Just an FYI, when I do consulting, I literally charge $5,000 an hour. So hopefully that's another gift to reward you to saying yes to yourself and allowing yourself to step into your own life, into your light, and the service that you can create in the world when we are able to release the stories that don't serve us and step into those that highlight us and give us an ability to not only pay to ourselves, but to also pay it forward.
Wow, that's incredible, Alexi. So generous of you. Now, I do want you, and everybody, please know that this is something that, as Alexi said, is something that his high ticket clients pay thousands of dollars for. So you are getting in today, if you decide that you want to, or if you're listening to the replay, if you decide that you want to enroll on the 1-year membership and get all the extra things that are already coming with the offer, you're also going to get the extended package that Alexi just offered, which is thousands of dollars in addition to what you're already getting. But I want to say one more thing, Alexi, because I wasn't recording this on my phone. I want you to say what you said at the beginning. You came in not expecting anything, just to be supportive, and instead, what happened? Can you say that again?
Sure. The truth is, I came to support a dear friend and a strategic growth partner of mine. And I didn't really expect to get much out of it. And the truth is, I was very surprised that after doing a lot of work around release and doing similar experiences, but not this one specifically, I was able to, for the first time, actually hold myself as a child. I mean, I've always, when doing this type of work, saw myself as a child, and I would ask for forgiveness, and things would come up. And this time around, the vision that came, or the experience that came, is that I actually held myself. When you talked about holding our inner child's hand, the left hand, I literally saw the child in my left arm as I was holding his left arm with my right arm. So yeah, that was very unique. And to test the learning and the lesson right after, my phone was blowing up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna choose to give this moment to myself first.
I love it.
I'm the sauce and not the cup.
And just so you guys know, I mean, Alexi, I know like some of the trainings and mastermind that he's a part of. So this is massive coming from Alexi. Alexi, thank you so much for sharing that. And then we'll close off with Pash, and then I'll close this whole thing for everybody. Pash, would you? Oh, you're not able to. No, you are.
Yeah.
So go ahead and share what you got out of, because you've never been on one of my actual live sessions for the full thing. So tell me what your experience was, and what was the main thing that you got out of it.
I don't know. I'm just still taken aback by what Alexi said. It gave me chills. It sort of just, I don't know. It helps remind me how powerful this thing is, how powerful Ho'opono is, and how much we need each other, to make it better. Like, I think that's what I've been missing. I've been doing it a lot ever since you told me about it. I mean, that's always, I don't just do it, once or twice a day. It's constant. I'm constantly doing it because things constantly come at me. And I think I was supposed to be here to meet these specific people and to see where we're going to go from here. So thank you, Maria. Thank you for bringing us all here. Mwah.
Mwah. And I do want to address one thing for you, Pash, because I think you're in the toughest seat of everybody. You're in the mortgage industry. So would you say that because of the space that we are in terms of the mortgage industry, that makes it even tougher for you, especially this year? Or how would you say that what Alexi shared and what you got today, how does that impact you as a mortgage broker and having to constantly be working through what is going on?
Yeah, it's been really rough. It was really rough last year, and this year it's just been a new level of rough, to the point where I actually started looking, really asking about jobs. I've been doing this for 30 years, that I couldn't, even when I was 20, that's when we met. I got in trouble all the time with the manager. The attorneys loved me, and the other legal assistants I was working with loved me. But those little managers up at the top were, you're 10 minutes late today, and I couldn't hang with it then. I don't know how I would ever be able to now, but I know that there's a way. I know that there's a way to unlock what I've been struggling with, even in the mortgage business, even as contracted as business has become. I was shocked to learn that last year, 75% of realtors closed 0 loans last year. 75% of realtors had 0 loans. You know, it's really crazy. And it's just gotten worse this year. So, yeah, like I said, I'm learning community. I need it to be more than just me. You know, it has to be more than just from me. We have to do it together, for each other and with each other.
And that's exactly why I created this community. That's one of the many reasons as to why I created this community, is because we can all do this by ourselves. But one thing that I have learned is that it has been proven, and even Tony Robbins uses this, is that you will be able to be 95% more successful at whatever it is that you're doing when you have community, when you have guidance, when you have mentorship. And that's what exactly this community, this Anxiety Shift Club does. And maybe you're thinking, well, I don't have anxiety, for those of you who are going to listen to the replay. Whatever it is that you have a block, it's a block, and this will allow you to release it. So with that, I just want to say thank you so very much, Alexi. That was fantastic. Thank you for your generosity. Mel, thank you. I hope that you got some. Do you want to share something? You weren't on camera, so you just came on.
No, I just didn't understand how to do it before. So for me, the actual movement of hugging myself, holding my hand, I mean, I didn't understand that. So I didn't understand how the whole thing process works. So I didn't realize I was talking to my inner self.
Yes.
So now I understand what we're doing.
So now that you understand what the practice is, did you get anything out of it?
I felt, I was relaxed in the process. I can't say I got anything out of it yet, but it wasn't till we're halfway through, I realized when I opened my eyes a little bit and I saw, oh, you're hugging yourself. Okay.
That's why I kept repeating that. That's why I kept repeating. You actually have to physically, and I used to always say it during every moment. And then I got rid of it because I thought it was just words that were not necessary. But yes, and then just so you know, for those of you who feel that you didn't get anything out of it, Alisa, she thought that she wasn't getting anything out of it until she realized that after months of trying to make videos, she's now finally making videos. So for you, Mel, since you were caught up on, oh, I didn't know it was supposed to be this way. Oh, you were caught up in the thoughts process versus the actual activity of it, versus the actual practice of it. So I would look forward to hearing from you as to what ripple effect you're going to have from today's session, because it doesn't go without impact. So even though you feel that you didn't get anything except getting clarity as to what it was, I promise you that there's going to be a ripple effect after this. So with that, everybody, thank you so much. I was not planning on releasing the replay, but because there were some technical issues and some people had to leave early, then I'm going to send you the email. If you have not been getting my emails, make sure that you go and you grab, you let me know that you haven't text me, call me, or however you're connected with me. Make sure that you let me know so you can receive the emails, because I know some of you said that you were not here because you texted me and you're like, I don't know how to get access to it. So with that, thank you so much. Know that wherever there is a problem, there is a solution, and it's within you. So miracles are waiting for you. You just have to show up like you did. Good night, everybody. Bye.
I love you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Alexi, for your generosity.